In this video, we'll be looking at MedSoft from the perspective of an administrator. So, admin users have a high level access to the system, which gives them access to multiple modules. Main menu, which is pretty much everything from transaction log to messenger. Looking at the core modules for MedSoft as an administrator, there are videos that would have been done previously concerning the different modules, but we want to look at these modules in a comprehensive and concise manner. So we saw the transaction log, wherein it spoke about the registration of patients having this different status, whether seen, vitals taken, or just registered waiting to see a nurse to have their vitals taken. Patients can be searched for and pulled up to see various information concerning them, whether it is for today or the week, a month, or setting filters for a specific time frame. Transactions can be viewed that were done previously. Just by typing the name of the patient, and these things can be found for any point in time once it was processed in the system. There was a previous video on the sales module where we spoke about billing and the different methods of payment: cash, credit card, charge, health card, of course, check. We spoke about the maintenance module where we looked at the core modules on the maintenance. As an administrator, there's some access to system which has to do with, as was stated before, the enabling and disabling of features, the setting of important limits, messages, selection of printers, pretty much backing up, importation, and so on. Looked at patient maintenance. There's a previous video on that as well. Maintenance of employee. So the administrator has the privilege to modify anything that would have been set in the system. Doctor, also the schedule of the doctor that can be set, that can be modified. There was a previous video also on product. The creation of categories and departments. A brand, if an item has a brand that the user wants to indicate, just like assigning a department or a category, a brand can be assigned. location, if there is multiple locations. Now we're just focusing on the core things. So whatever would have been skipped out may not necessarily be so critical to MedSoft accounting. Credit cards can be set up, which is pretty much easy. For most of our clients, we already would have during setup credit cards entered. So our support team would have done most of these for them. Setup of bank as well. So these are pretty straightforward. So even if there is not an instructional video on them, we still would be able to have them set up. Currency, different monies are accepted. Alright, so purchase order. If it's a case where the client decides to make purchases of things such as those that are tangible and wants to track them in inventory, having the quantity, then a purchase order can be done, which we'll do another video concerning. We looked at accounting, we looked at accounts receivables in some detail. We can look at these other sub-modules of the accounting module: banking, general journal, return, which probably is not so critical to medical software users, but we can look at a video concerning that. We've had looked at payroll, which we spoke about being linked to employee maintenance based on the data entered under employee maintenance. The payroll runs on that. We looked at inventory, how to modify and better set up things related to the product, changing description, setting deduction, changing price, barcode, percentage to office reports. We have had updates of reports. We looked at an example of one of the reports, and most of them basically says what they're for, and it's just a matter of selecting a report and running a report. We looked at Messenger, which is a simple and convenient module for communication within the software. So there are some side features that might come in useful. Some are still being worked on. So this is basically an administrator's perspective of MedSoft, having access to pretty much all of the system